In this video, we are going to talk about craziest changes through the pandemic. So before starting, please like this video and subscribe to this channel for our future updates. The COVID-19 pandemic was odd. Worse, the pandemic changed things in a weird and wacky way. So pick a remote location and prepare for the oddest pandemic developments. Robes de guerre COVID directives were probably issued globally. Avoid crowds and wear a mask. As a result, a variety of interesting outfits were created. It wasn't just a self-filtering snorkel. He'd worn the eye mask shopping. Didn't he jump right in? To prevent the terrible sickness, the Chinese family let go of their morals. They resembled bad guys from a low-budget sci-fi movie with disposable ghouls and water jugs. At least no animals were tortured. Instead, she swaddled her pup in plastic bags. Difficult. Strangest COVID dresser I've seen in China. Surprising subway sights, but this is odd. It trumps an outfit. It's stunning. Those squidgy tubes get him the highest creative, definitely the T-Rex shopper. The dinos shopped. Zoo for now, the virus hasn't left the US. But Lopburi, Thailand, wasn't only about tourism. Crab-eating macaques prefer humans to crabs. Hungry monkeys battled over leftovers when humans stopped feeding them. People were terrified to go outside in 2020. If not for the tourists, as a result, macaques formed gangs to fight for junk food. They terrorized everybody who stood in their way until 2021. Staying indoors was boring, but going brought just one terrible risk. Don't fidget, subscribe. It's not unusual for me to only weigh. Back to work. Let's. A half-ruling population by April 2020. DJs provided the soundtrack for many living room ravers. They were compared to Katy Perry and Madonna in the viral videos. In a now D instead of the Italian flag, Ms. Perry chose the Hungarian. Mia. Someone suggested let's stick together. So? I got the playlist? So it is. This time, no FOMO. Despite the enormous costs and public disgrace danger. Not enough. Indulge in new interests or just mope when the world stops. Times Square in New York. It's easy to operate in March 2021, said City Jewelers students. The thief took the shopkeeper's most valuable earrings and slipped away. Sadia. The Grand Mosque in Mecca used to be crowded. It can hold 2 million people against 100,000 in Times Square on 9. Because every Muslim must visit Mecca. Guests will be limited to 1,000 in 2020 to prevent disease spread. Invites must wear masks and not touch the Kaaba. So, what? See my vids to find out. Big COVID seems to have altered our conscious and unconscious life. During the pandemic, many had more vivid dreams. They also remembered their dreams better. The epidemic's stress and boredom appeared while we slept. Many had viral dreams. Like one antibody scavenging for traces. Others saw foggy sights. You invaded my chamber and saw my face in my nightmare. Those were frigid nights. No dreams yet. So do they often? COVID fears often manifest as dreams. Figuratively. Also, vivid dreams may be coping methods. Remembering them may help us face our fears. Amazing, huh? Sleepless nights after lockdown? Let us know. The COVID-19 vaccine was approved in late 2020 and became widely available years later, but many alternatives appeared. It is stated that applying violet oil-soaked cotton balls to one's feces gateway is a miracle treatment. Most Iranians haven't taken this suggestion due to public outrage. Using cow dung to rub one's body was sold in India, southeast of Iran. Yes, they do. One group drank cow pee. Not that I've gone to bad parties. As crazy as it appears. It values cattle. Unsupported by science, some believe they're byproducts purifying agents. COVID marketers began selling cow waste for $6.70 to capitalize on popular fear of infection. 2 gallons, but I prefer beer. Big deal. Big Boots Nation's stringent social separation norms will always be ignored. An ingenious way to keep people apart was devised by Romanian shoemaker Grigor Lob. People will be physically separated by giant clown shoes. So love expected even those without masks. Never. Even doubters couldn't stop luck from succeeding. The shoes are a 75 in Europe, or a 37 AA in America. Biggest dude. Robert Wadlow was 811 feet taller. Not everyone in Romania wears 18.5-inch shoes. Several folks bought the huge boots. Santa has two. I hope he's not in danger now. Win-win. The outbreak changed many people's life. Some seized the chance. Sadly, this took a lot of work. They were both unhappy with their weight, which had climbed after a few days of binging on takeout and champagne. Then followed a $1,000 weight loss program commercial. They promised to try. Then a month. This enhanced their physical and emotional well-being by substituting healthy meals and TV for takeaways. 6 months ago, Troy has lost 132 pounds and Leslie over 55. They aided others. So did they. Temptation is strong, but I will resist. Buys that are unlikely. So did buying habits. They were in every wagon. But people spent more. The masks varied from vintage diving gear to a Spider-Man suit. Several customers bought inflatable copies of their favorite pubs. Using a life-size plastic skeleton and a dinosaur skull, the Brits constructed Skeletal Tony, an undead mutant drinking mate. In the US, over a third of adults made spontaneous purchases to cope. For her cat's tent, Carrie Harris paid $60. No practicality to me. The mailman would love this 12-foot-tall skeleton any time of year. Despite their eccentricities, they are aware of public safety. After months in jail, when the Globe eventually opened, everyone were terrified and relieved. Not the same. Diners in Germany wore pool noodle caps. That'd make me think I'd gone insane in 2020. Afraid of me? Awe-inspiring social distance chic. A similar approach is used in Hangzhou, China. Their historical importance is unknown. The Zhan Jiao Pu Dao headgear was worn in Song Dynasty China. The emperor made them to prevent scheming. I understand why. The virus was their midday alien advancement plan. Extrasolar life has long captivated humanity. In 2019, the US saw 6,200 UFOs. This number will rise to 7,200 by 2020. Only New York grew. Aliens came to Earth to look because Earth was halted. No one knows. A world in lockdown means more time to look skyward. It was also easier to notice flying items. Declassified US Navy photos show strange aerial occurrences, reigniting ET speculation. In 2015, a fighter jet moored aboard the USS Theodore Roosevelt. Oddly, a group of related items appeared before the mysterious item. Odd, huh? Was it? Strange happenings during lockdown? Let us know. During the pandemic, UFO sightings soared, but they weren't the only anomaly. Unusual humanoids abound. Even dead mannequins scared me. To avoid crowding, mannequins were used to fill seats and create social distance. This Virginia one has huge plastic people. Encouraging social isolation was the purpose. The invasion went on. In a Turkish bar in a South Korean soccer stadium, humanoids' true supporters stayed home. Some football clubs set up normal mannequins or fan-akins. Some saw the mannequins as plastic adult companions. Even our friends pushed particular goods. It keeps people intrigued. We can all agree that takeout skyrocketed during our lockdown. Man in need of delivery. Starship Technologies began sending pizzas to planets. So I made it up. Restaurants load food onto bots that convey it along the street. Cameras, GPS, and radar. They can whistle and navigate cities. Autonomous delivery went online in April. 1 million bots ran from Wisconsin to Milton Keynes in January 2021, and none needed immunizations. Antivirus software is old news. Breakups hurt. So when Angelina Topi of Maryland got sick, she was quarantined. You feel her pain. Angelina was out to revenge her ex. Lockdown 2020 starts at 320 pounds. Her weight fell by half in just 8 months. She ate less garlic bread and chocolate and exercised her way thinner. She had minor issues due to her rapid recovery. It was better she lost weight than the alternative. Breakups hurt. Tougher Angelina Colossus while imprisoned. Some have lost weight. What if they reversed? A Russian bodybuilder in 2019. Then came 2 years and 1 outbreak. Then he documented his weight growth on Instagram. But why would anyone desire to get fat? Off-ski should gain weight easily. Is another. Off-ski weighed 351 pounds. Objective shift he was happy. In 8 months, Off-ski shed 129 pounds. Not since childhood. This is a bulk and cut for Off-ski. He kept his muscle while losing most of his fat. When governments worldwide began requiring them, previously a niche item, it has soared in fame. Due to the high demand, supply was limited. A Brooklynite recognized potential. A revolt. His orders included 130,000 masks, 192,000 respirators and 500,000 medical gloves. Patients and companies were among his clients. One doctor's 1,000 masks cost $12,000. It's a 700% COVID markup. A simple twist turns face masks into black market gold. But autumn lagged. He was at home. The FBI tracked down the medical supply thieves. March 2020 he coughed a lot and said he had coronavirus. It was awful enough before the outbreak, but now it's biowar. Notwithstanding a prior terror attack, it was about his house. In addition to hoarding, he was also charged with assault. Affecting Nigma, emissions. One of the few coronaviruses had a good environmental impact. In 2020, global CO2 emissions fell 6.4% due to business closures and fewer cars. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoy this video and want to hear from me again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go. Thanks for watching.